Shout out to Wayne Lundy. I did 7 years of marriage. Child, that sound like prison. The last 2 years felt like I was in prison. Oh, my ex called and asked if I would ever take her back. I laughed and said, no, I ain't going back to prison. Not prison. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's like that, then please go. Please take yourself on. That is not what I'm here for, child. That is crazy. And then if it was like that before with my friend, and then now you're back into that situation, it's like, come on now. What were you doing to ensure that stuff had changed and things were going to be different? You know what I mean?
My name is Alana. Why do some men struggle to respect a woman's new standards just because of her past? Like if she's grown, has children, and now chooses to be more intentional, no rushing, only commitment. Why is that seen as a joke or unrealistic instead of respected?
Okay, before we answer this question, Trill, do you believe some men feel as if, why are you now having these standards when you get to me?
Yes.
Definitely.
Is it valid or no?
I mean, it's a valid question. But in terms of judging her for it, no. I mean, at the end of the day, like, people are on their own journey. And a lot of men perceive that journey or that progression as hypocrisy. Like, you was living one way before, and now that I'm here, all of these rules and all of these things come down. But that's your prerogative at the end of the day. So as a man, if I'm walking into that and these new rules or these new boundaries don't fit the goal that I have in mind for you or what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, then I just move around to a woman who does. But in terms of wondering why they feel the way they feel or why they find it funny or joking, that's irrelevant because that ain't the man you want anyway.
Right.
Well, I agree, because don't try to change somebody else because they have theirs. So your standard supersedes my standard is what they're saying. Yeah. Okay. So I have a standard and this is what it is. And you should understand it because now I have grown. But what they don't take into consideration is your standard, just the same as this political shit, right? All these MFers saying, if you voted for a Republican, a conservative, MAGA, and you no good, you a coon, you a this, you a that. Okay, cool. Then that's fine. Don't come looking for shit. They don't ever think about it in the opposite direction, which is half of the damn battle. Just because you think what you think don't mean that I'm wrong and you're right, or I'm right and you're wrong. I can do what I want. I'm an adult. These people, I'm telling you, it's the same shit over and over and over again. So this one is trying to act like, I'm assuming she probably has kids. I think she may have said that. And, allegedly, many of these men, sassy straights, don't want to deal with single moms or a bunch of kids or whatever it is. You shouldn't want to feel that way, but she can feel like whatever it is I did, you should accept it. And you should just accept it. Shout out to Maggie, who we just watched a second ago.
Why do some men struggle to respect a woman's new standards just because of her past? Like if she's grown, has children, and now chooses to be more intentional, no rushing, only commitment. Why is that seen?
Oh, so that means no sex. That means no sex. So there's a thing, according to an episode of Sex and the City, is their revirgination. So they're revirginizing themselves and are supposed to accept it. Now, forget that she has kids, which clearly shows and proves that clearly she ain't no virgin. She's revirginizing herself. And y'all should accept her boundaries. You heard? So Kofa, you in that 7-day trial, Uncle Rick, forget it. This is what it is. And y'all supposed to accept it. Now who signed off on that? The coalition of black men or something, child, I don't know.
Seen as a joke or unrealistic instead of respected.
Okay, before we answer this question.
You see the girl in the green was like, you saw her nodding her head already?
Trill, do you believe some men feel as if, why are you now having these standards when you get to me?
Yes.
Definitely.
And she had to chime back in there. Yes, I got standards now.
Is it valid or no?
I mean, it's a valid question. But in terms of judging her for it, no. I mean, at the end of the day, like, people are on their own journey. And a lot of men perceive that journey or that progression as hypocrisy. Like you.
You can't tell her that. Hypocrisy. Repacking the punani, is that what he says? It is hypocrisy. It is hypocrisy. Absolutely. But if that's what they want to do, which is the same thing that Maggie said to those hoes that wanted to be hoes, fine. That doesn't mean that the other people have to accept it because they have their own standards as well. That's the part that gets missed, in my opinion.
You was living one way before, and now that I'm here, all of these rules and all of these things come down, but that's your prerogative at the end of the day. So as a man, if I'm walking into that and these new rules or these new boundaries don't fit the goal that I have in mind for you or what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, then I just move around to a woman who does. But
well, how come they can't accept that? The problem is that they can't accept that. Shout out to Trill. Just because it's Trill. But why is it that she can get up here, you get all these women's and girl in green, yeah, sis, but as soon as he says, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and move around, that's going to be an issue. Well, that's his standard. They don't take that into consideration. Y'all don't have shit. Y'all don't know shit. Yo ain't shit. Shit. How many times I got to tell y'all that? All right.
But in terms of wondering why they feel the way they feel or why they find it funny or joking, that's irrelevant because that ain't the man you want anyway.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I have a second part to it. I was just going to ask, like, what advice would you give if you're trying to hold to that vision with all the backlash? Because it's a lot.
Why would you care about backlash if that's your position? If that's your standard, then you shouldn't care about no backlash. How's there backlash? Are you running off at the mouth on the internet? Because if you meet somebody, you're talking to them and let them know and they leave you, then that's just that. Oh, that's the problem. Y'all have the nerve and the audacity, like Trill said, to say, well, then I'm going to move around to somebody else. Oh, no, that's not what y'all supposed to do. We're dealing with misandrist around here, okay? Word of the day, misandrist. Even though I don't think they hate you, but I like using that word now. It's just that they want to tell you what to do because they're in charge. They want to be in charge, okay? That's the bottom line. And you can forget all this. Forget your standards. Your standards do not count, Sassy Streets.
How many men do you want to be married to?
Just one.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think oftentimes we get caught up on trying to please a whole group of people instead of the one person that's supposed to be right for us. Listen, let me tell you something. Your standards are supposed to scare away unqualified people. But what do?
Y'all be unqualified. I think y'all okay with that.
We try to lower our standards so more people we actually don't want will fit. How many times have you got over by a man you lowered your standards for?
Exactly.
And then you look at them.
The standards are high now, gentlemen. The standards were low before and now they're high. They're not going to lower them for you. Okay. So buck up. All right.
Like, you going to cheat on me? And what we do is we look at ourselves and we be like, that's like getting mad at your umbrella from protecting you from being wet.
Right.
And I'm saying some of y'all need to realize that means that sometimes you're going to repel people that are not right for you. And that is God's way of getting people that's going to block your blessings away. Let me tell you something.
Oh, well, good. Then she shouldn't be upset. She shouldn't be upset about it. She's getting her, what did he say? Her repellent on. So that's good. HMG, I appreciate you. He said, met a woman with 3 kids, said she's celibate. She is. That was immaculate conceptions.
Reason right now, let's keep it a spade. A lot of you all aren't married is because you entertain and you know don't want you like that. Mm-hmm. You're trying to convince him to be your Mr. Right.
No, they absolutely are. That's why that dude, Jimmy Ray John Jr. can have 40 some odd kids and leave this house to go to this house. Then leave this house to go to that house. And the judge has to say, don't get nobody else pregnant. The standard was Jimmy Joe John Jr. Your standard was Jimmy Joe John Jr. And then all of a sudden, now that you know Jimmy John Joe Jr., misandrist, ain't gonna give you shit because he ain't been shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. Now you want to find somebody that got some shit. And now you want to tell them what to do and tell them to have the standard. Yeah, that's not how that works. But they don't want to listen, as evidenced by what Maggie told those heifers on that show. These people are not listening. They're not listening.
Right, instead of realizing he your Mr. Wrong and find your Mr. Right. How many times you gonna give somebody that don't like you for real a chance? Listen, if you realize that a man saying that means he ain't right for you and you pivot and you pivot fast, I keep telling y'all, and this is gonna be unpopular, and I'm gonna just say it. This is why I'm an advocate for keeping your options open when you're dating.
There you go. And end up like the dude from the other day, Kofa. End up like the dude from the other day. In my opinion, these people are looking for all the wrong things. And even, but at the same time, even when they get the shit, because we just see all these stupid ass people and all these stupid ass things, and all these stupid ass reasons. I don't think these people even know what the hell it is that they want at the end of the day. I have to be honest with you. You can't be talking about having somebody pay your shit. We didn't see 2 to 3 people got all their shit paid. They still not happy. You can't be saying that nobody marries you. We didn't see how many people married or asked them to marry you, still not happy. Remember the one who was married? Somebody was just married and said that the husband found out that they was cheating. Then she wants to figure out a way to get the husband for her to keep the sneaky link, I guess you call it. Y'all caused this shit. Y'all caused this shit to yourselves. And right here is where you can see it, show, and prove it. Y'all still don't listen. That's why what's his name ended up saying, this shit pisses me off. Because he tired of talking to it too. It's the same dumbass shit over and over and over again. My girl says single men keep women single. What a time to be alive. This is good stuff, isn't it, Nicole? It's like, what the fuck? This was not this hard before, yo. It was not this hard before. Like I said with my high school sweetheart, it's like, all right, how can I get this nigga to know that I'm serious? Oh, I sent him a bunch of balloons. These people never talk about what they do. This shit is bothering me. These people never talk about what they do for said man that they want so damn bad. Never, ever, ever. Have we heard that yet? The woman was complaining about making fucking dinner reservations. Lord help your people.
Because a lot of times, by the time you realize that, you done gave one man 5 weeks of your time. Mm-hmm. And then by the time that, listen, everybody in the beginning act right. Mm-hmm. Everybody chivalrous, everybody holding doors. And it ain't till he ain't getting what he actually is intentional about. You thought he was intentional about your heart. He was intentional about that box. Mm-hmm. That's why that man is saying, how come you ain't giving me that coochie you gave everybody else? Mm-hmm. Instead of, damn, I can be the man she gave a corner of her heart another man has never touched before. Mm-hmm. But his
damn, now I can give her the corner of the heart that one man, what? What? I wonder if he practices this.
Intentional about. You thought he was intentional about your heart. He was intentional about that box. Mm-hmm. That's why that man is saying, how come you ain't giving me that coochie you gave everybody else? Mm-hmm. Instead of, damn, I can be the man she gave a corner of her heart another man has never touched before. Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all, get the corner of the heart that no other man has ever touched before. Oh my God. So Ace Metaphor is telling y'all to increase those standards, like this girl said. Don't give up no ass, even though you got kids, and hold them values high, child. Hold them values high and see if that works. Yeah, okay. Listen to him. Shout out to Kofi. He said, shout out to Kofi. He said, A said, keep your options open, women clap. Kevin Samuel said, exercise options, and got called out his name. Good point. Good point. Rest in peace to the Godfather. That's exactly what happened. He said 4 weeks so 4 weeks ain't a long time, but 5 weeks is. I don't know what these people are on. These people are on bullshit. Okay, shut up.